Okay, call me out. Wait, first, what's your name? Terrence. Terrence? Okay. All right.
Hello. I'd like to welcome you guys to the open house. My name is Darryl. I'm a sophomore in the manufacturing engineering program at Oklahoma High School. I've been a member of the West Board for 6 years now. And I hope you guys enjoy this upcoming season of STEM opportunities. Yeah, fun.
Okay, it's Leslye again, and no raffle ticket at this point. I'm up here to introduce our Mistress of Ceremony. Just to give a little bit of background very briefly of myself, I started off as a parent, like some of you out here, and I brought my daughter on to learn more about STEM. And I kind of got thrown into the program because I was here often, and I became a coach. And now this is year 6, and I'm still here. For the Mistress of Ceremony today, she's a very, very special young lady. I'm a little partial because she's my daughter. And she has a lot going on. She's a prospective entrepreneur, prospective engineer, looking to go to either Berkeley or Stanford, possibly MIT. But this program has helped her to kind of hone in what type of career she's interested in. So I would like to welcome to the stage Takaya Roberts.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, MWS, we have a lot of energy, so we're going to try that again. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. All right, I like that. My name is Takaya Roberts, and I am proud to be serving as the student president of Metro Warriors. I'm a junior in North Point High School, currently enrolled in the Manufacturing, Engineering, and Technology program. I began my MWSO journey just as a student sitting here today. I remember eagerly listening at an open house. However, I was a little nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I was in a new environment with a whole lot of new people. I looked around the room and saw so many boys, thinking to myself, where are all the girls? I returned the next Sunday where I began to build small visuals out of Legos. Some students were having trouble and began to say what they couldn't do. The moment Mr. Randy heard that dreadful C word, he approached the students, expressing how important it is to never say can't and to never give up. He got the students to realize that if they spent a little bit more time and thought of the issue differently, they could get to a solution. This simple concept made me think of things differently. This made me believe that I could do anything, and if I applied myself, and that I was capable of more than I could ever imagine. Concepts like these, or as I like to think of them, Randy philosophies, have helped shape me to be the person that I am today. As the year continued, my first Lego league team and my RC car team grew. We grew close and became like a family, spending sleepless nights in this very building, fine-tuning our car for the race, the next morning, building racetracks and working on projects, and even entering points into a database. I remember one night specifically. The NESB conference was a few days away, and Mr. Randy tasked me, and only me, with the responsibility of entering points and finishing up the research project. While my teammates got to play with the car that I'd be fixing later, I wanted to be in the gym with my teammates, working. However, I was stuck with the most boring task ever. Well, at least I thought it was. I remember I cried out of frustration, and because I did not want to do what was expected of me. Later, I came to the realization that if I had not done the work that I did, my team would not have been able to compete at the Leslye competition in a few days. And that Mr. Randy did not ask too much of me, but he asked me what he knew I could handle. He believed in me enough to get the job done that would allow my team to compete. Not only compete, but come in first place with practically everything. In this program, you will not always like what you have been told to do. But I can guarantee to you that you have been asked for a reason. Being a team player is essential in this program. To all the students sitting here today, I expect nothing but the best from you when you step foot in the door. The opportunities at NWSO are endless. I have been on the radio and commercials for Leslye, introduced to many important people, was on a panel and ran a workshop at a Girl Power event. Other students from this organization have gone to the White House and met former President Barack Obama. The connections that you build at NWSO are endless. Remember to always put your best foot forward because you never know who is watching. You will learn so many important things that will get you very far in life here. Have fun, but make sure you take it seriously. And to the parents, believe it or not, you have a responsibility too. Get involved and be supportive. Don't be that drop-off parent. Show your child that you are invested in their future just as much as they should. Motivate them to be the best they can be, encourage them when they are having difficulties, and even help out in the classroom. Speaking from experience, nothing is better than having parents that support you. My mom has always been invested in my education and my future. From coming out to help me and my teachers in school, and being a coach at NWSO. Knowing I have her full support encourages me to work as hard as I can to make her proud. I'm excited to see what this year has in store for NWSO and the new students. Now let's get to work. Miss Yvette is a parent, an educator, a coach, and she's going to be talking to you about the perspective on the NWSO. Please give her a round of applause.
And thank you, Takaya, so much for that welcome. And welcome to your STEM organization. I'm so excited to see everyone here with their child and being a partnering parent with Metro Warriors. I stand here before you as a parent, a coach of Metro Warriors, and an educator of 20 years, and in addition to recently a doctoral candidate. Metro Warriors STEM organization is more than just a drop-off place for my students. It's more than just a place where my students would take classes for non-leagues. But it's truly a family that is willing to invest in my students, my sons, my two sons, into their future and their personal and professional growth. As a parent, my husband and I have seen just the growth that my sons have partaken in, and being a part of here, you've taken that first step in preparing your children for their futures. We also, as parents, see this opportunity as planting seeds into their goals and aspirations. I remember seeing Darius and Darryl, my 15 and 12-year-old, as a young child, just I see out there, many, and playing with their Legos. Now, you know with Legos, they come with their directions, but it's something special when you see them being innovative and putting those directions to the side and creating things that can be useful. Or imagine, hey, Mommy, what if I did this? Could I get a patent for that? Because I know Mr. Randy talks about patents. Or what do you think about this innovation? And so as a parent, I see, wow, this is more than just a class. And for my husband and I, it was also awesome to have our eyes open. Now, I mentioned I was an educator, so of course I know the importance of education and, getting your A's, B's in school. But to actually be exposed to STEM from a real life perspective, when we go to conventions and conferences and that eye contact and that firm handshake, they learn it here at Metro Warriors. Well, after a couple of years of being on the sidelines and being a partnering parent, because we did not draw off, but we actually watched how our students were growing, I decided to be a coach. So for a couple of years, I coached the first Lego League team and worked a little bit with XIQ within the first years. Being a part of Metro Warriors' mission to train our students, to train a child in which way they should go, it was awesome just to be a part of just investing in our future leaders and as they are collaborating with their peers. Being a part of Metro Warriors as a coach also allowed me to be a part of great professional development for our students and how they work together with problem solving and critical thinking skills. And then lastly, but not least, as an educator, it's so important that we partner with our community leaders, such as Metro Warriors, as we're in the classrooms preparing the college and career readiness through the content with math and reading. Well, Metro Warriors, they're also a part of that college and career readiness by preparing them through real-life, interactive, hands-on, not just activities, but programs that will nurture them to be future leaders in STEM. So I thank you guys for being a part of, for taking that step to be a part of such a great organization. And I take this time to thank Randy and Brenda for just being an integral part of my children's growth and development as they seek to or aspire to be future engineers. So thank you, Metro Warriors. Thank you, Randy and Brenda. And thank you guys for being a part of Metro Warriors.
Alrighty, we're back with another raffle. So we'll be drawing another number. Is everyone enjoying the program so far today? Yeah. Okay. Can I get one more time? Everyone enjoying the program today? Yeah. Okay, I like that. So our next number is 4870301. So I'm gonna try one more time. 4870301. Nobody? Oh, you got one? Okay. Come on. So here's what we do it. MWSO, we shake hands, so shake your hand. Tight. What's your name? All right, let's give a round of applause for Danny. All right, so now we have a few students on the line that have graduated and have gone on to continue with their life and to do some amazing things. So we've had some really talented people come out of this program. So we have Randy Jr., Jeremiah, who's our old president. So who's right here? All right, hey Randy, how are you?
Hey.
How you been?
Hello.
Hello. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing now and what MWSO did for you?
What's that?
Can you hear me all right?
Oh, yeah. I hear you.
All right. So let's try to do.
Look like an echo.
All right. Just go ahead and speak first, please.
Alright, so, I'm Randy. I'm the third. They call me, I'm also known as the Lieutenant National Army in Singapore. And, I was, 2013, 2014, my senior year. And, one thing I learned being president is how to deal with, working in team and also working with people who, what can I say, who might not see eye to eye and everything. And that's kind of helped me in the military because, you got different viewpoints about doing different things, like today, we got work together for 6 months. I also learned how to really lead, especially people who are especially kids who are 6, 7 years old, 10 years old. So it helps me to live better in the military that there are people younger than me and also people older than me. So it's something that I love. And I appreciate it, although my dad made me feel I'm happy he did because I learned a lot and I wouldn't be where I am now.
All right. Thank you so much. Can we have Kareem next, please?
All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kareem Deuce, for those who don't know. I'm Vice President of the program under Randy 2013 and 2014. But just a little bit of background about me. The program that I started with Randy there with Mr. Warriors, it actually led me to join SU It's a program that leads through high school and just carries you up to college. And so what I did get the chance to do is join the Gaston chapter on the collegiate level, and it's a whole bigger, better experience than the program that you all have there, because you get to see actually how the science technology aspects of how you STEM on an actual professional level, which is something that's good, and I encourage you all to do it if you get the chance. But just a little background about me. After finishing up the program, I went to a visit to the Marine Corps right after high school. Went off to do my training, and I actually ended up getting an MOS in communications, which pretty much led me to electrical testing, becoming an electrical test technician for a well-known company down here in Daytona, as well as all across the country, Teledyne Marine or Teledyne Oil and Gas. And I got the chance to serve with that company for 7-8 months as a test technician, working on products that they made that actually powered the products that they put out in the oil and gas companies for Chevron, GE, and all the big companies that we see around day to day. So I just want to let y'all know, the program doesn't end where you all are. It's going to lead to something bigger. You may not think that someday when you spend long hours, designing the robots and programming them, but it actually leads to something bigger. And that's pretty much what I'm taking part in right now. I'm finishing up my degree down in Daytona at Amarillo Aeronautical University, majoring in aeronautics and minoring in homeland security. So my goal is at the end of the day is to become a federal air marshal and continue in federal law enforcement. So I just wish you all the best. I hope everything goes well for you all this year.
All right, thank you so much, Kareem. And who else is on the line?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, hey everyone, this is Mack. I was president in 2015-2016. I took the after Randy, and I'm currently a college student at the Bridgewater College in the team captain of the basketball team. Being part of Metro Warriors is like one of the greatest experiences I've ever had going through high school. We got the chance to travel everywhere, meet different people. I can't tell you, like, everyone I've met, all of the bunch of people that are high up in Fortune 500 companies, and the experience, the family feel, it's all great. So, Metro Warriors is in my heart forever. And I hope you guys, can take advantage of the same way that I took advantage. It just put me in a lot of great places, meeting a lot of new people who tell me throughout college and even after college.
Thank you so much. Is anyone else on here or no? All right, so those are just a few of the students that have graduated from this program and have came back and also do a really amazing thing. So when you're here, there's so many opportunities. Talking about meeting so many people, you never know who you can meet. That's why I told you all, you never know who's watching. I know last year, I teach a 3D printing class here. And as I was teaching, some new people came in and they just wanted to talk and learn more about the class. And next thing you know, I had an offer to go on the radio just because of how I spoke to those people. So you never know who's watching you here. There's some very important people. They might not look like it when you see them, but you'll know when they come back and tell you and give you that call. So next, I'd like to welcome Mr. Randy and Ms. Brenda to the stage. They are the ones who have everything running.
Literally running. I want 15,000 steps now. So we're going to move right along, guys. We're excited. Are you doing this? Okay, we're doing it. Great. So we're rolling on that side. We're so thankful. Look around. Everybody just look around. Turn around. Just look. Look, just look. Give yourselves a hand. Just one. You give, is that all you want to give yourself? Give yourself a hand. This is Sunday. What time is it? 4 o'clock. Some team is playing football, and you're here because it's important. Randy, do what you're supposed to do. Okay, I can hear my wife saying that now, so let's go ahead and do this. We came to introduce a phenomenal speakers. I want everybody to go like this. Click. Get ready for a ride. This young man, I'm calling him a young man, he's still, you can hear me out there? Mechanical engineer, former director of National Society for Black Engineers. He had donated time, money, He allowed us mentorship, wrote us a nice check. We appreciate that, brother. And he's committed to writing more checks. So for no further ado, I want to bring up Dr. Carl Mack.
Ma'am, if I seemed a little perplexed, it's because I'm retired now, and so this whole concept of standing before you is just a little unnerving, and it shouldn't be. But let me quickly get in. Just a couple of things I want to say to you, and I'm not going to keep you very long. I really want to endorse Randy King. I want you all to embrace him, and I really want to encourage you to take full advantage of him. He's one of the most phenomenal men that I've met doing the kind of work he does in our community. And so I want to preface that by giving you just a little bit of my background so that you'll kind of understand what I'm saying. But before I even get into that, Mr. and Mrs. Fraser, I'm just assuming that you're the two. I've heard so much about you both. I want to thank you so much for your generosity to our community, what you have given. So fam, you know, it's one thing for people to thank you so much. And I believe me, I know what it is to go out and ask for support and to so generously open up your hearts and your pocketbooks to Randy and to our community. I am so eternally grateful for that. There's another brother that I saw when I came, Mr. Odinho, and Mr. Odinho, wait, show your hand. So he reminded me that when I was working, his son and our family kind of hooked up. Mr. Darryl, phenomenal math teacher. So if your children are struggling with math, I just implore you to go to that brother. Now, I'm going to just tell you this. He has taught his children math, and I remember when our two boys were at school and we met him. His son had graduated, and he was having trouble getting into engineering school. And I called. Now, I don't think he was having trouble. I just thought he deserved a better opportunity based on the scores he had. So I called some friends of mine at the Illinois Institute of Technology, and they gave him a scholarship, and his son has since graduated. And now his daughter has a full ride at Duke University. So again, family, we got a lot of talent here. But again, at the end, again, I want to preface it by just giving you a little background. So I'm originally from Jackson, Mississippi. I graduated from Mississippi State Mechanical Engineering. I worked in Seattle for about 18 years. I was also president of the Seattle King County NAACP, so I was very socially conscious, very active. I studied African American history and I designed 3 Black history calendars. This is a situation where I was protesting against unlawful law enforcement, and I ended up getting arrested. And when I was protesting against my employer. I was an engineer for King County Metro Government. I got arrested protesting King County Metro Government. So people said to me, Carl, how can you bite the hand that feeds you? And I said, because the hand that feeds me is wrong. And if I'm going to tell Microsoft and Boeing or anybody else in the Pacific Northwest that they got to get right, but I can't tell my own to get right, that type of hypocrisy I wasn't about to deal with. So, as the president of the NAACP, there were 1,800 branches throughout the country. Our branch received the Class 1A Bell Honor Award from the late Julian Bond, and it's probably one of the best activities that I ever got involved with in my life. There was a young man from Seattle who ended up going to school at University of Virginia. His name is Justin Steele, and Justin became an intern with me. And so as an intern, I taught him many things. We not only learned about engineering, but we also learned about Black history. We learned about giving back to the community, religion, just a lot of things, finance and investing. And Justin went on to graduate from UVA, works at Google, but when he was a student leader at that organization, because Leslye has a theme of being socially conscious, he said to the organization, here's one of the most socially conscious engineers that I know. So they invited me to speak, and then as a result, in 2005, I was offered the position of executive director for the National Society of Black Engineers. So now let me just talk about why it's so important what you all are doing with your children. These are statistics of what is going on in engineering in America. So as you can see, and these statistics, the latest reported is 14-15. So 106,685 undergraduate engineers are being given. Of that, 19% are going to sisters. You can read the stats for yourself, so I'm not going to insult you with that. But here's what I want you to pay attention to. I want you to look at African Americans. With African Americans, that means out of 106,000 plus undergraduate engineering degrees that are given, we're only getting 3,700. Now here's what's crazy about that. In 2005, when I became the executive director for Leslye, we were at like 3,300. And in 2005, of all the engineering degrees that were awarded, we were getting, what, 5% of them? Now we're dropping, we're declining every day. So all I can tell you is that, it is not that we're not smart enough. The problem with us going into engineering, and this is why what I'm looking at now is so beautiful, is our children are just not exposed to engineering. And that's what's so beautiful about what you're doing. That's what's so beautiful about what Randy and Brenda and the folks at Metro Warrior are doing. They're taking our babies at a very young age and they're exposing them to it. I know about the lack of exposure. I grew up in Jackson, Mississippi. Where I grew up, the closest thing to engineering to me was a train yard down the street. So I'm graduating from high school, from an all-black high school. I'm getting ready to go to Mississippi State. Counselors are pushing me into engineering because they say, Carl, you're just good at math and science, and we just think you ought to be an engineer. But what do I know about engineering? I think I'm going to Mississippi State to learn how to drive a train, family. Was that my fault? No. Where was I exposed to engineering? Who did I know in engineering? Who did I know that was black that studied engineering? What did I know if I didn't know nothing about it? So that's why what Randy is doing is so important. That's what he and Brenda, and I want to just say Randy, because Brenda, I love you so much for being so supportive of her brother. So supportive. And that's what I love about seeing you all as African American parents, as black parents on a Sunday evening here so that your children can be introduced to STEM education. You are just magnificent. When I tell you I'm endorsing that, brother, I want you to understand from the lenses I view him now. Here's my efforts in STEM, and I want you to understand this. You'll hear a lot of people that are complaining about situations like this, about the lack of black folks and black children in engineering. A lot of folks complain. Carter G. Woodson, the father of black history, wrote a book called Miseducation of the Negro. I'm sure many of you have read that book. In that book, there's a phenomenal quote. He says this. He said, real education means to inspire people to live more abundantly, to begin with life as you find it, then to make it better. But the instructions thus far given most Negroes in colleges and universities has worked to the contrary. In many cases, many cases, we simply talk about what we refuse to change. Anybody can sit there and say what black folks ain't doing. What black children are doing. How many of us are going to roll up our sleeves and do something about it? And if you don't, you are a malcontent. Randy is not a malcontent. I don't want to view myself as a malcontent, so let me just tell you and show you what efforts I used to. When I was executive director, when I became executive director, I understood that we needed to expose children early. I understood from my own experience. So I wanted to create the largest engineering camps in the history of America for black children, unapologetically for black children. So when I went to talk to folks, they needed to sit down with me, look in my eyes, don't play with me. Well, Carl, I'm not sure particularly go after just black children. I said, look, man, let me explain something to you. I want you to imagine that I'm a financial planner. And I have filed bankruptcy, but I'm trying to tell you how to manage your money. Don't ask me to go out and deal with nobody else's community when my community is in shambles. And if you can't deal with that, keep going. It's not what I'm here for. So I don't want to be sitting in your office, sitting in the audience, and everybody talking about why blacks are failing and trailing in engineering. When I'm sitting here trying to do something about it, now you want to tell me to open it up to everybody. Everybody can come, but I'm just telling you what my focus is. Little white kid came, I'm not going to refuse a white kid. Asian, anybody, I'm not going to refuse you. But my eyes are on a certain prize, unapologetic. I remember them telling me, I remember them saying to me how important it was every time I would go places. But Carl, you can't get the parents to show up. They won't show up. They won't show up. This is San Diego, family. It's San Diego. That's how many kids. I had over 700 children that looked like us in a camp studying engineering for 3 weeks. They were taught by college engineering students. This concept, nobody had ever seen before. You can't find sports camps with 700 black kids. Sports camps. I had an engineering camp with 700 black children. 3 weeks. Free. The only thing a parent had to pay to come to my camp was your attendance. So if you were sitting in an audience like this, your child got in. Washington, D.C. I was at Catholic University, and Mr. Fraser, was it Northrop Grumman? Okay. So Northrop Grumman, there was a sister at Northrop Grumman, and I'll tell you about her in a second. But anyway, we're at D.C., Catholic University, storm, tremendous storm here. But these are the, I'm sorry, that threw me off for a minute. So this is the parent orientation at Northrop Grumman. This is just one of the camps in D.C. So in D.C., that camp plus the one you just saw, over 700 black children for 3 weeks being taught engineering for free. This is Jackson, Mississippi. This is my home. So again, if I'm all around the country introducing black children to engineering, you don't think I'm going to go home? Like that? So I went back to Jackson. When I went back to Jackson, I remember sitting down talking to the superintendent of Jackson Public Schools. I said to the brother, I said, listen, I don't want no money from you. All I want is one of your schools in the summertime. The school is empty. You're not doing nothing with it. It ain't going to cost you nothing. Just give me somebody who can open the school up and give us access. Dude looking at me like I got 2 heads. He couldn't even take that off. I said, man, I'm going to bring $200,000 of a program down here. That's all I want you to do. Give me an empty school. Man, looking at me like I'm asking him for his firstborn. Refused me. I swear to God. I could have got real ugly with him, I really wanted to. But I remember going home and my mama said, baby, let's just go around there to the church. So she took me to New Hope Baptist Church, right around the corner of her church. The pastor is Dr. Jerry Young. He's the president, the national president of the American Baptist Convention. Took me around and I sat down and I told Dr. Young his vision of introducing children to engineering. 5 minutes into my conversation, the brother looked at me and said, Dr. Mack, you can have my church school. It took him 5 minutes, but I'm sitting there with the superintendent of public education who's supposed to have our children's best interests at heart. And this fool couldn't even see a table of gold I put in front of him. They fired us. Sorry, but and I'm glad to be This is Jackson, Mississippi. Now, what's unique and special about Jackson? Remember that statistic about females? This was the largest engineering camp in the history for black girls. This engineering camp had 360 3rd through 5th grade black girls. For 3 weeks, the governor of Mississippi, Governor Bryant, had to show up and see what my girls were doing. And they were taught by young African-American engineering students from all around the country. That's who talks. That's the governor. This is Brooklyn, New York. Those are children of Brooklyn. That's Denver. That's Detroit. The children of Detroit. That's Houston. New Orleans. Oakland. Philadelphia. Parent orientation in Philadelphia. My children in Philadelphia. So you get the point. I was in 10 cities across the United States. Every one of my seed camps cost $200,000. Now, talk about Northrop Grumman. Northrop Grumman, there was a sister named Sandra Evans Manley, Sandra Evans. She's the cousin of the late Mack Evans. I remember when Sandra came to D.C., obviously Mr. Fraser was there too, and they saw all of you all as black parents, because that used to be the trigger point when companies didn't want to give money. Well, but Carl, if you can give the black parents, no one believing that black parents don't care. So when they came, they saw all of you interested in exposing your children, our children, to STEM education, that prompted them. Especially if you got a force like either Randy or myself behind the scenes pushing. You said you wanted to see black parents. I gave you black parents. Don't play with my emotions. Unload that So Sandra Evans Manley, she said to me, Carl, I want to be a part of this when she was in D.C. Then I told Sandra, I want you to be a part of it in Jackson. Now, normally companies want to be a part of stuff that's in their community, so I get that. But then I said to Sandra, Meg Evans was killed in Jackson, so we got a connection. Yeah. And that tug got real good. But she said, but Carl, it's in a church. I said, Sandra, don't you see? I don't care where we have to go. We have to go to a college, university, great. We have to go to a school, great. We got to go to a community center, great. If none of those things are available, the black church is always available to us. Let's go to the black church. If you need me to talk to the folks at Northern, I ain't got no problem with that. But Northern, y'all had a good CEO. He was a socially conscious brother. I liked him. So Northrop Grumman and Sandra Evans Manley gave us $200,000 to go down. And I want to tell you another thing. I used to be on the board of trustees of a college up in upstate New York. Oh, just predominantly white folks. The board, I was only black on the board, but they found out what I was doing. And there was a brother who introduced me to a company named Furnish. He said, Carl, y'all gonna do a camp with just black girls? I said, yeah. So this company, Furnish, they're the second largest privately owned fragrance company in the world. They gave me fragrances so that every one of my children can make their own perfume. I'm not talking like something that smells pretty. I'm talking about these little girls made their own perfume. This is the type of exposure that we can give our children. So this is what I've done across the United States. So when I say to you what I see in Randy, I want you to be able to measure my words against my own experiences. And what our children may come back to do could be immeasurable. This young lady best represents that. Well, even a young man, I told you, because of the young man, I had the opportunity to become an executive director. I stand before you a retired man, unapologetically retired. I have not worked since 2013, and I want to get off this stage and go back home and get in my pajamas and play golf. That's what I do. Unapologetically is what I do. But let me tell you what this one of my young students, this is Erin T. Erin graduated from the University of Michigan. She too graduated from Harvard Business School, but she worked for me. I was able to convince her to come off of Wall Street and come work for me. So she said, Daddy Mack, I'll give you 2 years. But after 2 years, I'm gone. I said, okay. So in those 2 years, Erin saw that I was interested in investing. So Erin came to me, and she is the reason why I'm retired. Right. So this is again why we need to encourage our children, because even from our children, they just change our lives. And this is how she changed my life. She said, Daddy Mack, you're always talking about investing. She said, you thought about Facebook? I said, no, baby girl, I ain't really thought about Facebook. She said, Daddy Mack, you know how many people are on the planet? I said, no. She said, it's a little over 7 billion. I said, okay. She said, you know how many people on Facebook? I said, no. She said, there's over 1 billion people on Facebook. She said, think about that. 1 in 7 people on the planet are on Facebook. Now, family, men lie, women lie, numbers, they don't lie. She said, it's 1 billion people over there. So she kept giving me stats like that. Finally, the numbers made sense to me. I didn't look at Facebook, or I didn't look at the world the way it was today. I started looking at the world the way it's going to be tomorrow. Think about it. Newspapers shutting down, magazines shutting down. Where are those advertisers going to go? They're going to go to where the most eyeballs are. Now today, Facebook's got over 2.5 billion. Now one of the things I didn't tell you is, of those 7 billion people that are on the planet, only 3.5 billion got internet access. And then how many of those people are in China that's got internet access? So that means everybody else is on Facebook today. Facebook is like 2.5 billion people are close to on Facebook. So I took every penny I had. I've been investing and saving, doing all those things. I had $964,500. I took every penny and I put it on Facebook. Every penny. I'm going to tell you again, man. I said I put every penny on it. At the time I was married, my wife said, "You did what?" I said, Facebook at first bought them at 38, I came back, I bought them at 49. Now you see that number in green up there? What's that number? 300,000. I want you to read what it says above that number. Say it, read it out loud.
From the previous day.
What does that mean, man? That means I made $300,000 in one day. I didn't make $300,000 in one day because I was rich. I made $300,000 in one day. Because I listened to that little baby girl. That's what I did. I became the executive director because somebody got a hold to one of our children and introduced him to STEM education, put him in a position to be met. Now today, Erin, that last picture, she received the BET Tech Maven Award. She works for YouTube, 35, 36 years old, easily making over $1 million a year. She's a beast. I'm retired because I just simply listen to my baby girl. My mother's been working her whole life. Now, I'll tell you the other side of the investment story. I'm gonna sit down. So once Facebook got up to like 116, and I'm up like 1.4, we're up 1.2 million. My wife says, "I don't like you no more, and I won't have it." But all right, we just had it. So now the old man is still going. And that's good, you know, and I don't mean to say it in a derogatory way. My wife is, or my ex-wife, love that sister. She brought me 2 beautiful children in the world. You know, we ain't together like that, but she's a good sister, and she was always very supportive, which is why I'm so appreciative of the way that Brenda rides with Randy. Love the way Fraser is. Love the way all of us are. So, all still good in the world. So now I come back to this endorsement for Randy. So now you kind of know a little bit of what I did around the country. And was my dreams cut short? Yeah, because I had dreams of 100,000 black children studying engineering in the summertime for free all over the country and growing from that. That was my dream. My dream was to get that pipeline of engineers to graduate 20,000, 30,000 black engineers a year. But for whatever reason, it didn't come to fruition. For whatever reason. But that was my mission. I know what it was like to go out and address parents all over. I know what it was like to go and bring children and introduce them to engineering. I know what that's like. I've seen half-hearted efforts at it. But all the efforts I've ever seen, you and Brenda are one of the most humbling efforts I've ever seen. That brother works tirelessly. I can't tell you how many times he's at my crib. I can't tell you how many times I've seen him out and about. I don't know how he does it. And Brenda, if you would have ever left Randy because of what he was doing, I promise y'all would have understood that. I promise you, Brenda, I would have understood losing him for that. So that family, what they do, so I remember last year, I remember we were at a Christmas party and Randy was telling me, I used to watch Randy put all that stuff in his trailer. And he was telling me he had his out in the trailer. I said, went upstairs, got a checkbook, and said, look, man, go get the trailer. Not because I got it like that, family. Not because I got money like that. When you got money, Mr. Fraser, you can always find an excuse as to why you don't want to get it. No, it ain't the right time. It ain't never the right time. But I saw what that brother and his family was doing. So then last year, we did well in the market, and I called them over. So I want you to bring them to come over. I sat them down in the front room. Just gave them $10,000 cash. I said, I don't care what you do with the money. So I really don't. Now I'm gonna tell you something right now. There's a whole bunch of folks in the world I would never give $10,000 cash to. Never. I don't trust nothing about what they do. At the top of the list is preachers. You got some ministers there? I'm not marking all y'all, but I'm marking some of you. But I promise you, I gave that brother and his wife $10,000 cash. And I told Brenda, I gave Brenda specifically $5,000. I said, Brenda, you can do whatever you want to. Randy ain't got no control over this $5,000. Because I seen what she's done. Then Randy coming, no, Dr. Mack, we're going to do. I said, Randy, check this out. One of the things you need to learn is that when the donor makes a request of what they want to do with the money, shut up and do what they want to do. So I gave Brenda that. Now, to this day, I don't know what Brenda did, but I trust him. So when I tell you to embrace them, when I tell you how much I endorse them, when I can tell you what the work ethic, and just listen to the response that you all gave Randy when he came up here, I know that all of you know. So I'm not telling you anything new. I'm just telling you that from my efforts of going around the country and seeing what other folks are doing, nobody stands like Metro Ward. I don't even understand how y'all won the awards. I don't understand how you do what you do. It's just the will of what you do. And it's obviously because you all as black parents are supporting. And so all I would tell you is that with my strongest endorsement, I say to you, surround that brother. He's okay. Surround Randy McCain. Surround Randy. He's fine. And for that matter, I love you all so much. And I'll say this about Randy. And if you know what an alchemist is, an alchemist is a person who believes that they can turn any base metal to gold. They just work that metal for years and years. They believe, I don't care what metal you bring to me, I can turn it to gold. That's the way I look at Randy. Randy's an alchemist. He believes he can turn any of our children to gold. So with that said, I'm going to sit my butt down and thank you so much.
You gotta be better than that. This is why I'm here. Brother, I can't say that. I walked in my office, and we had a huge office, and only thing I saw this man had 30,000 students that was getting help build. And the thing that caught my eye was that picture when he was in chains on the bridge. I was like, this brother believes what? There's a lot of people had their degrees up there, nothing wrong with that. But what he had up on that caught my eye was him being in chains. And that's like, I couldn't picture, okay, you're in chains, but you're here. So I said, you must believe in what you're doing. And this is a man that believes. We love him. We appreciate him. We couldn't give him money. But we wanted to give him a picture, and we put some things in the back. So, Mack, we love you, and thank you, because I know I asked your congregation to release it. I appreciate you, love you. Love you.
So really quick, although Carl is retired, I want to say the SEEK program, the summer camp program, is still moving forward. So that's something that he started, and it's still moving forward. So.
Can we just give him another round of applause? really take advantage of these opportunities. One thing I want to do before I introduce Randy and Brenda, who knows what Leslye is? Anybody? Okay. So we have a few people. Leslye stands for National Society of Black Engineers. So we're Region 2 at Leslye, and we have this little chant that we like to do. Does anybody know the chant that's being from WSL? Want to lead it for me real quick? No? All right. Okay, come on up, come on up, come on up. Let's give her a hand up. So you have to be really bold with this chant. It's a yell. So here's what happens. So one person says, "Can I get it to height?" And the crowd says, "To height." Okay? So we're going to do a practice round. Then I'm going to hand the mic to her, all right? Can I get a to height? To height? Alright. So we're going to have way more energy, alright? We're going to be like way louder, just like blow the roof off here. Let's try that one more time, alright? Alright, here we go. Can I get a to height? To height? I think we can do better. Let's do it again. Can I get a to height? To height? I still think we got Can I get a to height? To height? So that's just a little bit of the fun that we have coming for us at Leslye. Leslye is one of my favorite things with Metro Warriors, along with Miss Maria right here. She's amazing. So if you haven't met her, you should just go say hi before. She's incredible. She definitely helped me with, I hate to speak publicly. I don't like this. But I'm happy that I have to do it anyway, because you really get used to it. And people like her, Mr. Jody, and Randy working on our handshakes really help us to develop amazing skills so that when we go to our career fair, we've developed a resume that Ms. Maria has helped me build such an amazing one, to be able to speak with people and get amazing jobs. So once again, I'd like to just bring Mr. Randy and Ms. Brenda back up to the stage. Let's give another round of applause.
Okay, so really quick, because we have a lot of new people in here, I just want to give you a brief history of who Metro Warriors STEM organization is. Randy and Brenda, okay? Randy professionally is a communications engineer, served in the military. Professionally, I am a project manager for Department of Defense. And we have two boys, and we raised my great niece for 10 years. So why do we do Metro Warriors STEM organization? Well, our kids were, at the time, they were very active in sports, but they were not as active educationally. So I told Randy, we have to balance this thing. Just as much time as they put into sports, I want them to put that much time in educational things. So that's really how Metro Warriors STEM organization got started. As our kids were doing more STEM-related things, we wanted to be involved. And along the way, Randy was a part of an organization that really wasn't running the organization the right way. So I told him, why don't you start your own organization, and that way you can do it the right way, which is the birth of Metro Warriors STEM organization. Now the thing about that, our kids are gone. My oldest is 23. He's graduated from college, and my youngest son, he's a sophomore in college. So they're not here. So this organization has grown, and we saw how it was a blessing to our children and that it can be a blessing to the community. So we're still here, we're still doing it, and our hearts are still for the community, and that's just a brief history of Metro Warriors STEM organization.
Thank you, sister. So guys, we're going to bring in some speakers, but I just want to show you where we were at in, what was this, 2012, 2013? That was my crew. That was my posse. That was the birth of Metro Warriors. No parents. That's our first convention. I had to pay for everything. Parents didn't even want to give me money for food. We stayed in Pittsburgh. I was so cheap. I wasn't going to pay the $160 hotel night. We stayed at the State Cabinet for $33 a month that day. Dragged these young men, my son up there. They fought half the back day up there. Robot did nothing. I thought after the robot spun around, they started blaming each other, fighting. I was like, what am I doing? But that's what's Metro Warriors. Now today, we've been in over 21 schools in the city. This is not the only location. We've done this in 21 locations across the city. I've taught in correction facilities. I've taught in community facilities. I would have taught in your living room if you would let me. I was on fire because I saw the future and I was excited. It's not about our awards. We won every award you can imagine. I got 15 kids that had patents. I have kids that have been sitting at the White House with the president. I have kids that are on request for Google, Congress, congressmen. God has blessed us, but it's not about us. Most of you guys are highly educated, but God put his hands on us because he knew you guys were going to be. This wasn't my vision. I didn't even want to do this. Trust me. Only reason I'm here because the coach quit. That's the only time you can quit. And I'm here because he quit. And I don't want my son to go to the convention without a coach. That was it. I was not a visionary. I mean, I got a vision now. But it's not where you start. Forget about where you're at today. And I'm going to bring a couple up. I just get emotional. You got to tell the story, girl. I don't know. You don't have to, but I think everybody needs to hear the story. This couple is phenomenal. I mean, we wouldn't even be, I don't even see how our paths would ever cross. But God, he has a way. So this couple is phenomenal. I can tell you the story. I'm not going to tell it. But guys, to tell you, I can't even imagine where we wouldn't be. They've written enough checks. They've written more checks than me than I used to make my first year when I was working. Okay, guys? So God bless you guys. I'm going to bring up Darryl and Leslye, Fraser, the most phenomenal, powerful couple Brianna has ever met. Come on, guys. This couple is phenomenal. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. We are so happy. And they're very, very humble. But tell us, don't be so humble now.
I will say a few words about that story, Randy. Thank you. And thank you for having us. We are excited to be here. It's good to see Carl Mack. We actually, our paths crossed a number of times with Northrop Grumman and the work and the vision he had in Leslye. So thank you for being here. And as it was said earlier, thank you to the parents for investing in your children. This is a great opportunity. So Leslye and I have prepared a few slides. We're going to try to go through and tell a little bit of a story. It's going to be very similar from what you heard from Carl Mack. I hope it won't bore you, but we will try to impart some thoughts. So here we go. I have it. So you got it? So we're going to tell you a little bit about us, why we're so passionate about STEM. We're going to have some thoughts for parents and some tips for students. And if there are any questions, we'll certainly entertain questions. So why STEM majors and careers? The first thing, so both of us studied engineering. Carl mentioned that he studied engineering. And it's an opportunity to really solve problems, create things. It can really be a fun career. And it's the kind of study that there's a right answer. A lot of things you study, write a paper, with math and science, there's a right answer. So we like that about math and science. And it provides summer jobs, work opportunities. There were jobs we were able to secure that we didn't even know these jobs existed, right? Companies that we didn't even know existed. Opportunities that we didn't even know existed. So you can contribute to your family, and now we're in a position that we have also retired where we can give back, and we think it's so important to try to provide those opportunities. So I'll show you a few pictures of a younger Darryl. So that picture up there was taken in my high school in Los Angeles, California. I went to a public school in Los Angeles. Did not have AP courses, did not have Norfolk calculus. I played basketball, and I thought I was going to be on the Lakers, as many kids do, and I played on the varsity team, but I wasn't a star, player. I had to realize that my education was my opportunity. And I had an opportunity to go to college in Boston, Massachusetts. And that's my freshman ID from 1976. Boy, it's almost 40, that's 43 years ago. I was a freshman, and I had an opportunity to study engineering and really open my eyes and doors to a lot of opportunity, a lot of things. And when I got out of school, I went to work for a company. It ended up being Northrop Grumman, and I spent 37 years there and had a number of career options and open doors to do things that I never knew existed. I mean, I served as an engineer. I helped build satellites, chemical lasers. I served as a lobbyist. I led a business development team. I worked for the CEO the last 8 years of my career and had a wonderful career. And Leslye put this on this slide, and this is the point that I have to pause just for a second on. In my job, I was one of the most senior officers in the company. I was in the top 12 of the management team. And as an aerospace company, Northrop had a fleet of planes. We had 5 airplanes, and the members of the CPC that I was on could command the plane at any time to go anywhere on any occasion. And that was great. You had a business meeting in Alaska. It's hard to get there in commercial flights in one day. The company plane, boom, you are there. You had a business meeting in Oshkosh, Wisconsin with a teammate. You're bidding on a big Army contract. It's hard to get to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and get back for a meeting the next day. Company plane, bam, you're there and you're back. The story that makes the plane interesting, when I took a risk when I graduated from high school to go to a state I had never been in. Not only had I never been in Massachusetts, but in my good engineering school, decided to go. I had never been on a plane, you guys. I was born in New York to my father, immigrant from Trinidad, my mother from North Carolina, and we drove across the country. I grew up in Los Angeles, and we would drive back to visit family in North Carolina. So I had been across the country a few times, but always by car. And I took this plane ride. For the first time, never even knowing what a plane was, whether I would make it, whether I would get there. So I'm standing before you as someone who had never been on a plane, to someone that had my own plane. I thank the Lord for it, but I also know that it was my opportunity to study engineering and to advance and take a risk. So my first message to our youth is take that risk, y'all. Take that risk. Do something that scares you to death, and it will open doors for you. Leslie's got a little bit up on her story.
Awesome.
So we show you these pictures, not because I really like how I look there, made enough, but really, people see us here, and they say, oh, they're successful, they do this, they retire early, blah, blah, blah. But they don't see that we look just like you. And my story is much like Carl's, and I'll get to that. So here's my family here. My mom's parents are from St. Croix, my dad's side from South Carolina, and we were 3 girls. Lost my dad when I was 15. He died at age 42. So that was a journey in and of itself. But both of my parents always stressed, you will go to college. They don't care where, but you're going to go. Education was that route out into better things. So I did well, math and science, really did not like English and history. I was the first black valedictorian of my high school. I marched on picket lines in New York. People don't think of New York going through integration, but my school district in New York, in Long Island, still has, and had at the time, an elementary school named after a Ku Klux Klan guy. And it's still named, it's still in the place, Martin Luther King came to our town. We marched picket lines. As a sixth grader, I was marching a picket line with my parents to integrate our schools. So I became the first Black valedictorian. That was a journey, and it was a community success because it was the community that rallied to integrate the schools. But my guidance counselor, was a Caucasian guidance counselor, said, you like math and science, you should be an engineer. And so we have been through this ugly 5-year period of integration. And I'm thinking, this is a person I thought was my friend who's telling me, like you, all I knew was an engineer was the guy that ran the train. And how could this woman be telling me to be an engineer? She had to tell me what an engineer was. And she had to tell me I should go to MIT. Never heard of MIT. I was going to a state school. So these are the opportunities that come your way where people see something in you and are willing to pour into you. And so just pay attention. So I went to MIT. Met this dynamic young man from the other coast. I was a charter member of the MIT chapter of the National Society of Black Engineers. So about as long as Nesby's been around, I've been around, and went and we got married, thank you, 5 days after graduation. You didn't live together back then, so that's part of that story. We got married 5 days after graduation and thought we were grown, went to TRW, which later became Northrop Grumman. And this is me working in the lab. Had a great time. We were inventing materials for spacecraft applications. I ended up getting a patent. Only one. I think, Randy, your kids have outdone me by a long shot. And after 9 years, and I'll show you the 2 children later, didn't look like I would get this to California, out of California, and so I went to law school. So for the parents in the house, yes, you can go back to school, and yes, you can do those dreams, and yes, it's a juggling act, and it's doable, but even with small children, if you have wonderful support system, which I did. So that was UCLA, and then fast forward, I went to a law firm, and after law firm, ended up going into government. We moved to the East Coast somewhere in that period, and I ended up coming out of government as an environmental appeals judge at the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency in the senior executive service, which is like 0.4% of the senior ranks of government. And I'll circle back to that as well. So that was us. So there were 2 of us originally. Then there was Brittany, and she too is an engineer. She went off to Stanford and did a bachelor's and master's in software engineering. And she's at Google doing software engineering. And then Michael came along 2.5 years later. And he went to MIT in mechanical engineering. And then he got his degree at Columbia, his MBA. Michael met his bride at MIT. And so this is Pooja. Yvonne Fraser, Indian American, and they're married now 2 years, and they live in New York City, as does Brittany, and she's a consultant at one of the big consulting groups. But there's more of us. So Darryl's brother Jay, Jared, he's a MIT grad, mechanical engineering, married his sweetheart from MIT, Sean. She's a she's a patent attorney. My brother-in-law, Grady, and his daughter are both engineers. Angela just graduated with Tyler. So we are a STEM family.
Are you okay, darling? So we wanted to, and this is again part of this effort to make sure that all of you are aware that there are Black engineers out there. This path doesn't have to be a lonely one. We know some individuals that have gotten STEM degrees and have done some amazing things. This is a picture of Ursula Burns, who was the CEO, retired CEO of Xerox. She was the head of Xerox. All 100,000 employees work for Ursula Burns. She actually serves on the MIT Board of Trustees with Leslye. In addition to Ursula, some of you may know Neil Tyson DeGrasse, who is an astrophysicist, who has a great podcast, a web following, just a brilliant guy. He's a Black scientist. Shirley Jackson holds a special place in the hearts of Leslye and myself. She is the first black woman to get a PhD from MIT, and she is from Washington, D.C. She grew up in Washington, D.C., went to public schools here, and saw the journey to make it all the way to get a PhD as the first black woman at MIT. She's now the president of the technology college, Leslye Polytechnic Institute. We know other famous black people. This young man is not as young anymore. I know Carl knows. Fraser is an amazing individual. He's the president of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. And University of Baltimore County, I once had the pleasure of touring the campus with Fraser Rabowski. I'm going to tell you, if you get a chance to apply to college or to UMBC, you're doing yourself a favor. They graduate more black engineers and scientists getting PhDs than any place in the country. But I have to warn you of one thing. Dr. Rabowski is an engaging change agent. When you walk the campus with Fraser Rabowski, let me tell you what happened. I'm walking with the CEO of Northrop Grumman, and he sees a young man. Oh, hi, Joe, good to see you. I want you to meet the CEO of Northrop Grumman. Tell him about your research. We keep walking, and then Susan, come over here. This is the CEO. Tell her about the work you're doing. I mean, this guy knew everybody on campus and didn't have a problem stopping them and having them hear their story. And every one of those students was prepared and ready and said what they had to say with confidence. Public speaking, you guys, this first starts with confidence. I see the Metro. So the reason why we're here today, we first met Randy and Brenda at a NSBE conference. We're NSBE Life members, we're there, and we're judging a competition, and these students are just amazing. Like, who are these people? They're in the DC area? We live in the DC area. And we said, we've got to get to know that they're making change in people's lives. You know how many people to this day, I'm 60, you guys, at 60 you can't look in your eye and shake your hand. Your kids are doing it at age 8, 9, 10. Mae Jameson, astronaut, first black female astronaut, engineering degree from Stanford. Sylvester Gates, I need to let Leslye tell you this story. He is a phenomenal person.
Sylvester James Gates, or Jim, he is one of the premier physicists in the world. He does theoretical physics, something nobody else, string theory, things I don't even understand. But he was my TA when I first got to, I'm allergic to, but, sorry. He was my TA when I first got to MIT, and I wasn't really, for the first couple of weeks, doing all the things I should be doing, kind of had an attitude about how much work I should be doing over the summer. And he basically told me, you would do pretty well here if you would get your blank in gear. And he was right. We've been friends ever since. He is a phenomenal person. But you've actually probably seen him on TV. He's been in a Verizon commercial. He's been in a here's the next slide, please. The little TurboTax commercials. But he was on President Obama's White House Commission for Science and Technology.
Meet Mark. Mark thinks you have to be a brainiac to do your own taxes. So we brought in world-renowned brainiac, Professor James Gates Jr., to help him get started. Mark, you got a W-2?
Yeah, I do.
You got a finger?
Yes.
Take the finger and press it right here. Yeah, you got it.
I just put that up there because you never know. I mean, it is nice when people recognize it. You can Google him. He's done a number of commercials. So, people talk about it, Randy and Brenda, we love them too. We're in the Randy Brenda fan club, I tell you. Your kids could be in no better hands. But this is our family model, to whom much is given, much is expected. And so, when we come and support what they're doing, that's what we're responsible for doing as part of it. I love Dr. Mack's word, family. That's what you do when you're in the family. Is that you help one another, just like we are where we are because people poured into us. So we just are amazed. We echo this to see all of you here, students and parents. This is just a beautiful thing. So this is our pleasure and our privilege to do that, and we thank you for being here. So what are we doing now? We retired in 2017. Both retired before age 60. Everybody says, what are you doing? You're retiring early. If you're blessed to retire early,
yes.
Retire. I said, you don't know how long you're here for. You don't know, so that's us. But we both are still busy. Darryl has perfected retirement much better than I have. I have many more balance in my life. But I am president of a small nonprofit that's trying to get more African Americans into the senior ranks of government. And I am delighted because a week from tomorrow, I have the privilege of interviewing Colin Powell as part of our annual workshop. And in part that's because, he probably gets over $100,000 to do, he's doing this as a gift. He's coming and giving up his time. And he let me bug him for like 4 years straight and not take no for an answer. He finally said yes. I'm also STEM chair for a Black women's organization. It's a nonprofit called Links Incorporated. And one of my missions, and building on what you have started, is to encourage our 288 chapters across the country to charter lesbian junior chapters, much like what you have here. And in the last 2.5 years, we have charted 78 chapters. Wow. It's 1/3 of all the chapters in the world. Wow. I am very proud of that. My mission is to add 22 more this year and keep these 78 going because I want to get to 100 by the end of April. So keep us in prayer. Wish us much luck. Darryl and I also head up our college ministry at our church. We are doing are there any high school kids in the house? Next Saturday, 1:30 to 5, we're doing a college process workshop for students and parents. So if you're free, come on out. See us later, we can give you information. And I am I have the privilege of being appointed to the MIT Board of Trustees. So that's the governing body of MIT. Also very unapologetically raising hate and how come there isn't more diversity in the faculty, and so we'll see what happens there. And then we have a great deal of time and pleasure volunteering at the Nesby Convention where we see a lot of wonderful students like yours. Darryl? Okay, and then we like to travel. So that's just some of our excursions. You'll see the Great Wall of China, the Taj Mahal. We're getting ready to do an African safari in November. So that's the other thing that keeps us happy. So why STEM? And this one, if I can get another, this one has sound also. This is one of my favorite ads. And I want you all to pay attention to the statistics that are coming up in this.
So the first thing is, whatever you want to have in life, I'm sure most people want to success. What do you want at some level? The first secret to success. Me when you grow up.
I thought about becoming an actor and going on model.
I'd love to be a soccer player. What are most of your friends want?
Somebody, football players, basketball players.
But the truth is, we don't
don't need more crews.
We don't need more meters.
We don't need more Adrianas.
We don't need more LeBrons.
We need more kids to see the world of possibilities, but millions of students still don't have the tech they need to go after their dreams. That's why Verizon is on a mission to help.
So that's a campaign Verizon has going on, but one of the things that we see, and this echoes where Brenda started, is how many in our community focus on getting their kids into sports as the way out, as the way of being successful. And if you paid attention to the numbers that they quoted in there, you will see the percentage of jobs that are held by professional athletes. And if you think about how long they stay being able to earn at the top dollar, it's very low compared to other careers. So I'm going to give it back to Darryl because he loves the slides.
So just real quick, I showed you that photograph of me as a basketball player, and many in our community think that the way out, the way to success, is being a professional athlete or a professional entertainer. And I applaud all the athletes and entertainers. They are great. There's more opportunity, I think, in engineering. And then I tell people this statistic, and they look at me and they roll their eyes and they say, I bet they think I'm lying. I say, you'll make more money as an engineer than you will as a professional basketball player. That's not true. LeBron makes so much money. Wait. In professional basketball players, don't just think about the NBA, right? The NBA is one of maybe 50 leagues of professional basketball players. There's the G League. They might make about 75,000, 100,000. There's the Argentina League, Japan, South Korea, Australia, New Zealand. I have friends that have played in most of these leagues. Argentina, Chile, Japan. There are 50 of them, and they're not all making LeBron money. Now, if you want to talk about big money, I ask people, who do you think is the richest black man in America? Black person in America? I'm not going to ask you, because you guys all know. You guys all know. His name is Robert F. Smith.
Yeah.
He got a little publicity this year. But if you've been doing your homework, you should have known about Robert Smith last year, the year before that. Now, I love LeBron. He's worth about $700 million. That is great. I love Magic. I love Magic Johnson. I grew up as a Laker fan. He's worth a little less than $1 billion. I love Michael Jordan. Jordan is the greatest ever. He's worth $1.8 billion. This guy, they're not even in this guy's league. He's $4.5 billion, and it's growing every day. I mean,
That's the man who donated, who paid his debt as a Morehouse graduate.
yeah. Now he has listen to this now. He grew up in Denver, Colorado. He went to Cornell University and majored in engineering. Went to Columbia Business School, learned a little bit about the world and engineering and investing, and he has his own investment firm that's in buying companies. He lives in Austin, Texas now. He is phenomenal. He's phenomenal. Now here's been some shock. You are phenomenal. There's no reason that can't be you. He's no different than you. He's the same as us. He didn't grow up as a billionaire. He became one because of what he did. All right, let's finish it up.
Okay, so we're done after this. So when we talk about STEM, here are the type of careers that are available. And the reality is, STEM touches every aspect of our lives. You can't go anywhere these days without, paying in the grocery store. It's now swiping this or express checkout. Everything is STEM. So here are some of the top STEM careers that are out there. Dr. Mack touched on that there aren't enough of us in STEM and we're declining. And really, robots, competing, all of that is fun, but you also have to do the work. You have to learn the math. You have to stay on task with the reading. You have to get reading comprehension, because if you cannot get into a college to pursue that STEM field because you're just busy doing the fun stuff, then the fun stuff is not going to get you to these places that we just talked about. And so when you come to these sessions that Randy and Brenda have set up for you, and they tell you you need to sit down with that phenomenal math teacher in the back of the room for the first half hour before you get to go coding, you need to be on time and give as much energy to that as you do to the coding that comes afterwards, or to the competitions that come later. And that's really critical. And you know, for the parents in the room, I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand. For those of you who cringe when you hear the word math or science, because that wasn't your favorite subject and it was just something that was not really a comfort zone for you, as much as we studied engineering, our kids outgrew us in their math competency in high school. What they studied in high school, they were coming home saying, Mom, can you help me with this? And I'm like, I have no clue what you're doing, okay? So just don't put your fears of what you don't like on your children. Right. Just say, I'm not the one, but I can find somebody who can help you. So you know this, exposing our youth to STEM helps them see themselves as scientists and engineers. Students, keep your options open. You all are getting great training here on all of these things, grades, leadership, extracurricular. Parents, you're doing it, starting your kids early. Positive peer groups, there's all that crap on TV that they would have you think that's all our kids do. So keep them engaged, keep them early. Math competency, proficiency. Praise the effort. I can't underscore this enough. Praise the effort, not the results. Because engineering and STEM is about try and fail, try and fail, try and fail, try and fail, 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 try, then it works, maybe. So we can't praise, it's not like did you get an A, did it work the first time? Praise the effort, praise the determination to keep going even when that thing didn't work 100 times. And then the continuous exposure is important. And for the students, stay the course. We say it's not a question of whether you're going to get knocked down, it's what you're going to do when you get knocked down. Are you going to get back up? Like that, you know, probably y'all would have it, but we used to have this clown who used to punch and would like bounce down and then pop back up after you hit it. You got to be that pop back up person. Pick a college that has a significant number of people who look like you majoring in engineering, so you have a support system, and ask for help when you need it. You know, we can't have too much false pride. Just ask for help when we need it. And that's all we got. Just we wish you all the best.
Leslye, we want to bring the scholarship recipients with you guys. Come on, come on, just give them, continue to give them a hand, guys. Scholarship recipients, can you come up real quick? I love that story, Leslye. Come on, scholarship. You did the plane. You didn't tell me who was driving, Darryl. But okay, that was important. Leslye, you guys are awesome, and the thing that you guys, your children didn't just happen to be engineers. I understand you gave them reprogramming. So don't be afraid.
We expose them to STEM activity.
So I understand for Christmas and vacations, you didn't always hang out in Florida.
That's exactly right. We've given them Lego toys and things that even our daughter Leslye said, I guess I realized that you guys, all that Lego mindshare programming was all part of the plan.
The NASA space camp, if they had been a C camp, they would have been in C. I mean, anything that was around. There's a lovely group of students here.
So guys, that was a big moment for us. You did what you expect. So these students are recipients of the newly founded Darryl and Leslye Scholarship Foundation. And they got a full scholarship to Metro Warriors this year because of this phenomenal couple. And guys, I want you to just be able to meet them personally, shake their hands, and I want you guys to say thank you to these wonderful people who have donated so you guys can have a free ride this year. So we're so thankful, and this is the third year. I mean, when the first check showed up, I almost fell out my chair. I didn't expect it, because we never really, well, Carl really let it off. I think when you opened it up, everything just started opening up. And then checks started coming, we were able to purchase the trailer. But we're so happy because now we have students, so there's no excuse not to participate. We're willing to help. If everyone can't go free, unfortunately, until we get that 200,000, then everyone will be free. Carl's working on that one. Carl's going to work on that one. Because if he can do it before, he can what? Do it again, Carl. Everybody say, do it again, Carl. Thank you, Darryl and Leslye. God bless you guys. We had a little signature on you guys. That's an awesome couple, right? Make sure you stick around and talk to these guys afterwards, because their hearts are just open. And you know what? When you get around success, what you want to do? Don't be afraid. They want to talk to you. They want to help you. So just rub around and rub off. We do a lot of rubbing. Carl, you too, brother. I like to rub on. You know, because we get enough folks, the other folks, nothing wrong with the other folks, but we need to rub around folks when we can. All right, so let's get into the meat. Glad you guys. So we're getting ready to get into the meat of why we came here. So can you give me the website real quick? After, in the next 10 minutes, you're going to go to the classrooms and you're going to see our award-winning labs. We have 2 major labs in this building. Our teachers are going to be in the labs, and then you're going to get to see the classrooms, see the robots, answer questions, get questions answered. How many did get a text from me with the code to your classes? Who didn't get a text from me? Who did not? Okay, so you need to, we're going to talk about communication real quick, because that's really important for me. So the biggest thing here is communication. Our website, can you help me out, Sean, is under weekly updates. Everything I do, I post in weekly updates. If you don't get it, you probably didn't read weekly updates. We created a group me. So the 2 ways we communicate is to, go ahead and scroll down. Everything we do, I post to the website. Everything. So I put the accountability on you guys, because it's more you than me. So if you check the website, you don't get it. What the Washington Post said. You don't get it? You don't get it. And I did this, I'm sorry. My wonderful parents, been married over 50-something years. That's the real reason why we're here. These guys are awesome. My mom and dad, they come to everything. They're my biggest fans. And I've never seen them in all my life. I'm almost 50. I'm 51. I've never seen them not wear the same outfit ever in my life. And I'm not joking. The only time I ever seen them kind of wear it off, they almost got a divorce. And I'm not joking. If Christmas, you can't never buy one, you have to buy the other. I don't know how that works. It doesn't work for Brendan and I, but it works. So back to communication. Thank you, Mom and Dad. You guys are always here. So communication is really key. Please make sure you check the website. If you don't have a group me, if you're not a group me, text me. Your class list is already uploaded. Go to the portal for me real quick, the parent portal. Go to portal. So when I dismiss you guys, NWSL is the password. Don't tell anybody. So your class is capital. Your class list is going to be out there. And you click there, or click class list, and you're going to see your class list. And these are the classes you're going to go to today. We have, you guys have overwhelmed us. I'm going to introduce you to your teachers, and I'm going to let the teachers do the hard work. Any organizational questions, you can bring back to Brenda and I, but it has anything to do with their class. Now, the biggest thing we did with classes, we're my math teachers, Dr. Danielle, Christina, and my logbook teachers, and I'm glad. Thanks for putting that plug in for us, Leslye. The biggest thing we changed this year, and advice about mentors, we mentor We talked to over 7,000 people in competitions and all kinds of stuff. Randy in his trailer just ran the city. I was so excited with that trailer. Mack called me down. It was parked down at Giant, and I had the wheel lock on it. He was like, "Did someone tow your trailer?" I said, "No, bro. I just parked it at the Giant parking lot so some people can see it." I was just so excited. I was driving that trailer around everywhere I got. Go look at it outside. I'm proud of it. Everywhere the principal called me one day, "The trailer's out front. What you doing?" I had it on the front lawn of the school. It was my billboard. I drive that thing around, people says, "Can I get a hold of you?" I said, "How do I get?" I said, "Look at this 6 to 10 foot trailer. You don't need to call me, take a picture of the back." I was running around, I was driving the trailer empty, just driving around town. Okay. And what, I gotta go, but one day we had the trailer sign out front for my son's graduation party. And people coming to my house, "Where's the stem? Where's the..." People are excited. Okay, keep moving. So, classes, I want to bring, where's my math teachers? These guys are just not math teachers, they are math phenoms. Math phenoms, guys. I'm telling you, this lady is the top math teacher in all of DC. She's a fixer. She's fixing my door. She went from 0 to hero. This young lady is phenomenal. So she'll be teaching your children in the robotics class math concepts. Real quick, go to the outline. I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about. But Dr. Odinho teaches, he's at 30, 25 years of math, 29. Helped my son go from he needed to get a scholarship for ROTC, and he had 2 weeks to bring his scores out to take the test. Guess who didn't? Did he get that scholarship? That man is phenomenal. He's tutoring every one of my kids. So I'm telling you, when you're in class, you're getting taught by the very best. These people are, and they have a heart, which is very different than people who want the money. They have a heart. So the first 15 minutes of class, this young lady and Dr. Odinho, the best of the best, are going to be sitting there. Go to the outline. I'm just going to show you real quick about us on programs real quick. Just going to show you programs. Go to Vex IQ. I'm just going to show you 1 second. You should get excited about this. Go down to the outline. Outline right there. Vex IQ outline. Number 5. All right. So they're going to take, this is my total outline. So you see that part that says math? This is how we want to tie it. I just get excited. I wish someone would have showed me this. So click on that, backwards forward. Yeah, backwards forward, right there. So the robot has to go, no, the other way. The robot has backwards forward. The robot has to move backwards and forward, right? So in that part of backwards and forward, there's things called distance, circumference, centimeters. They have to learn graphing, right? X, Y, Z axis. They cannot be successful if they don't understand. Everyone, now parents, listen to me real quickly. Everyone's not a driver. So I'm going to tell you up front, don't argue with me right now because I have too many. Everybody wants to drive. Everyone's not driving. Everyone doesn't build. Everyone will learn math. You hear me? Every child will take a pre-test and a pro-test, post-test. And I need your report cards uploaded to our website and your test scores, because we're going to test your students. We're going to have data, because that's where we're going to get the real money. Not saying we're going to have real money, I'm going to but that's what we get to. Right, Carl? You told me that way. You told me I need data, right? You told me I need data. Okay, so I don't know what to tell you. Okay. You're right. Okay, so we got to supply data so we can get the 6-figure plus money. So I need your data. These guys can help get you there. You already paid for the class. My wife said, hurry up. Okay, I'm getting excited. So again, I thank you guys. Top math teacher in entire DC, right here. elementary and middle school. This guy is phenomenal. All his kids are straight A students. Dory just got an 81,000. She turned down a scholarship to Johns Hopkins. She told Johns Hopkins, I'm going to Duke. $81,000. So I want to hang around people who get results. You told me about that. All right, so let's move on. All right, I said thank you guys. And the last thing we're going to do is our logbook, reading comprehension. So we have this phenomenal teacher. We're going to take 10 minutes out of every class, and we're going to talk reading comprehension, writing, spelling. So we're going to, and sentence structure. So inside the robotics class, we're going to force feed this into your students. Are they going to be excited? Doesn't matter. And then they're going to get to the robot. We still going to win. Don't get me wrong. We used to win, but now we're going to, you guys are my trophies. I have enough trophies. I got trophies from all. You are my trophies. My trophy needs to be every one of you guys getting a free ride to college. That's my trophy. So, teachers coming up. I want my teachers to come up one by one real quick. I want to let you know who you're gonna go to their class. Miss Maria, this lady is phenomenal. She's our professional development coach. She teaches public speaking, writing. She's phenomenal. She's the top executive director, human resource for the largest law firm in D.C. And Maryland. And she was, a few years ago, she was at the front desk saying, may I help you please? Now she's at the corner office and running. So can she help you? Absolutely. Say hello to Maria. Stand up. Just stand up. You come up. Miss Ponder, you just got to stand this way. So you just got. She's 3D printing. And also Miss Takaya is going to be teaching 3D printing. Come on down. And you guys come on up real quick. John Hogan. Come on up, guys. Because we're going to get you guys to the class. So everyone come on up, put your signs up. So I want you guys to know, these are the finest people. They donate their time. They're going to go in the class and give you the outline. I want you to ask 1,000 questions. I want you to also, they're going to set some expectations. They're going to tour you in the lab. I mean, we have robotics majors. This guy right here has his degree and major in robotics engineering. He doesn't even have a cloud in his program, right? He just called me out the blue, looked me up, and says, I want to come help you. Right? Just blowing me away. I'm going to go on because I just want to let you know the caliber of people. I have the top cybersecurity person in the entire government. Dr. Tracy. Cynthia. And also Tracy from our cybersecurity. These guys only have kids in the program. They just sought us out. So these are phenomenal teachers. These are the ones that are going to be responsible for leading your children. So I want you guys to give them a hand. So we're pretty much done. If you have any questions, you can stick around. But the goal is, we had another raffle. One last raffle. I'm sorry. We got this raffle.
All right, we have two more gift cards left. So we're just going 4870302. Okay, what's your name? Marie. What's your last name? Congratulations. Okay, yeah, one more. 4870315. You got it. What's your name? What's your last name? Congratulations. I forgot your card. Here you go. Alright, I do one more thing before I go off to Can all the kids stand up real quick? If you're a kid and you're not standing up, please stand up. Alright. A kid as in you're in the program. So if you're not 18 yet, you were still a kid. Just because I see some more of you sitting down. So please stand up. I appreciate it. So I just want to do an affirmation real quick because we've had everyone talking about how amazing we are, but you have to believe in yourself before anyone else can believe in you. Right? Alright, cool. So repeat after me. I am kind. Let's try that again. I am kind. I am kind. There we go. I am loved. I am loved. I am enough. I am enough. I can do anything. I can do anything that I set my heart to do. I'm powerful. I'm powerful. I have unlimited power. I have unlimited power. Let's believe it. All right, guys. I'm ready to
See this young lady I think she is phenomenal. My board of directors. I just want to let you guys know we do have a governing board. I want my board of directors to come out real quick. So if you get really upset with me, you can see them, but there's nobody else really wants this job. So, but the board of directors are phenomenal. They donate their time. The principal of the school is on our board of directors, so he believes in our program. Come on, Brian Harris. Brian Harris is a senior engineer. Carlos, principal, former vice president. You got your own company now, right? Running your own consulting company. Mr. Motley, come on, stand up for us. He's the president of the bank. He helps me out with the accounting part. So we have a very strong board of directors, and we thank you. And Dr. Acker, who's like a super, she's high up in the PG County. Oh, Dr. Acker? No, that's not her. Okay, anyway. So thank you guys. They came down here. We had a meeting the other day, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do now, we're getting ready to dismiss. I want you guys to ask you guys 1,000 questions. Talk to Dr. Mack. I know you guys, a lot of you guys want to speak to Darryl and Leslye. So this is an awesome time to talk to them. So the teacher's going to go to the classrooms, and then what I'm going to do is lead you guys. Have one of the teachers stay here. If you have enough in every classroom, then you guys can go up, and then we'll have folks come up to the classrooms. That sounds like a plan? All right. So if you're in the class, if you have a question about your class, and we're only going to be in there 10 minutes, and then you're going to look at the labs. So on the 15th, you're going to come in through the front door, you're going to have your badges, and you're going directly to class. So on the 15th, it's go time. So I want you to ask all your questions, parents. We're going to be transferring classes only for the first 2 weeks. After that, we're going to hit it hard. So again, thank these phenomenal teachers and taking their time out, guys. And Carl, Matt, Darryl, we love you guys so much. God bless you guys.